Rabindra invites me to take a closer look at some of the restoration efforts taking place at his workshop. One of his projects is a 500-year-old window in the process of being reconstructed. It's painstaking work executed with rudimentary tools. They don't use nails or glue, so each part needs to fit together perfectly.
There will be, 7 people working continuously for 3 months. And it's
on this window.
Yeah.
All put together. No glue, no nothing. Just tight fit together.
It's really a complicated thing.
Just take a look at the lattice work alone. Each of the pieces precisely cut by hand, then nudged into place, sort of like a puzzle.
It's just amazing.
The wood is incredibly heavy and dense.
So what is it?
We call it sal.
Sal.
This is the hardest wood you can get here in Nepal.
Which explains why it lasts for 500 to 600 years.
So explain to me, because all I see here are a couple pencil lines,
Yeah.
and then this.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they do this simple measurements here,
Yeah.
and everything else is in their head.
Rabindra explains these laborers are part of the Hindu caste system, meaning they're born into this line of work.
They have never been to a school or a training center. It's passed by one generation to the another generation.
And all for a wage of 75 cents to $5 a day, depending on the skill level.
What happens if he's just kind of sitting there and kind of knocks off a big chunk? I mean, is that end of this firewood kindling, or what happens, man?
I mean, normally it doesn't happen.
Yeah?
I mean, their height is so well that I don't see it.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I just knocked it off.
I can't help but give this a try. Although my accomplice doesn't appear to be embracing the idea.
How's he doing over there? Is he looking a little nervous? You can hear him thinking it, man. Great, TV guy is gonna screw up 6 weeks of hard work. I'm sorry. I'm doing all right. It's going all right. I'm nervous though. I feel, it's like I feel like I'm operating on someone just about to cut through an artery. Oops. Sorry about the leg. What do you think? Do you think I got a future?
Yes.
I'll be in a brief future.
I think I'm better off being the collector versus the creator here. The drum of my dreams is still miles away. I feel a road trip coming on.
I'll wait for the next one.
The hills are alive with the sound of shamans? I know it's around here somewhere. Nirvana, that is. That perfect state of mind, free from all obsessions, fixations, and road rage. And what better place to find it than Nepal, birthplace of the Buddha more than 2,500 years ago.
This is the the main highway through Kathmandu.
And it's leading me to Bauda Stupa, a Tibetan village on the east side of Kathmandu.
Bauda Stupa is a crazy place because you go from mass consumption, tourist junk over here, and over here you have one of the holiest shrines in Tibetan Buddhism outside of Tibet. People coming through, spinning the prayer wheels, sending their hopes and dreams up to heaven. Tourism, spirituality, all right here.
It's also a great place to buy those Tibetan singing bowls. Actually, they're considered bells, and you ring one by rubbing the rim of the bowl, which produces a series of vibrating tones.
It's really incredible.
Or you can strike it with a mallet. The bowl sound is said to aid in meditation. And so, beneath the watchful eyes of Buddha, I set out to learn more about this ancient tradition. Turns out all singing bowls are not created equal. Now you can find them in America, but the really authentic ones have an unbelievable tone and are only made here.
How much is that one?
This is normally I'm selling here $500.
And they aren't valued only for meditation, but for their healing properties as well.
You can feel the vibration. This vibration can help to activate our energy.
It's a very peaceful, relaxing kind of sound. It is.
Yeah.
Wow, that was great. I appreciate your time.
Gotta have one of these. Better yet, make my own. I'm told to head out of town.
How you doing? Hello. Nice to see you, Kalyan.
Where laborers still make bowls using the traditional sand cast method.
So your family's been in this for 5 generations?
Yes.
Sand casting is a 6,000-year-old process, which uses sand to form a hollow cavity into which hot metal is poured, then allowed to harden.
This really is like building a sand castle.
Of course, getting the mold just right takes some practice. The sand mixture has to be thoroughly compacted around the master mold, in this case, a bowl. Then, imperfections are smoothed with a blade or wire before another layer is added.
When he asks for this, I'm gonna be ready.
Removing the mold, which creates the void in the sand, puts everybody on edge. One wrong move, and the whole thing could collapse.
So this is a pretty delicate, important process.
But it looks like we're good to go.
So it's metal pouring time?
Well, not quite. First, the metal has to be melted, and it seems it's quite a recipe of ingredients. Old keys, silverware, any metal that can melt seems to be thrown into the stew.
Yeah, I think it's ready. What could possibly go wrong? So Kalyan, this is the part you weren't too happy about me doing, huh? Right? Yeah. I really don't see what you were worried about. I mean, scalding hot lava molten. Do you know how hot it is?
More than 600 degrees centigrade.
How's that? You don't look convinced.
I think there is a damage.
There's damage?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Shouldn't I be wearing a hazmat suit or something? I think?
Amazingly, it takes very little time for it to harden.
Hey,
Wow, great.
it actually resembles a bowl. Not bad for my first singing bowl.
But we're not done yet. The lathe will help to shine it up and add some detail.
Now you put a foot there, and you put a foot on this. Yeah, this is easy.
You have to control this wheel.
Okay. If this starts spinning out of control, I'm all right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like butter. Ah, look at the shine, huh? Don't worry, you're not out of a job. That was all right?
Yeah.
Love it.
Street value of this hand-cast bowl, hundreds of dollars. Sacred value, priceless. This is one piece I won't be parting with.